Okay, so Veer Vikram, who was 781 rated, was playing against a random. This is not from the tournament. This is last game. He has played a lot of games after the tournament. So he starts with E4. Opponent, who is 770, replies with E5. So it's a match between two closely rated players.
What's his rating?
Listen next time, Ranak. Knight F3 was played by Veer Vikram. Opponent plays Knight to C6. And now Veer Vikram has a choice. There are many openings you can choose. Italian is bishop c4, Rui Lopez bishop here, and what else is there? Ponciani is pawn c3, and there's one more main option.
G4, G3.
That's not very popular. No, knight c3 is just like you're going to play Italian. D4, the Scotch. Directly D4. The main options are actually Italian, Rui Lopez, Scotch. Ponciani is not very popular. So the first three are the main options. The move he played is neither here nor there. Like you are going to play the Italian but with the knight sitting on c3. And I've taught you this before. Whenever you're playing the Italian, play pawn c3, not knight c3. After you bring out the bishop, play pawn c3, d3 or d4. Then you get a good position. If you play this, you get a very dry position. Opponent played a5. Not a very normal move. It's not developing anything. It's just controlling some space on the queen side. That is not what you should do in the opening. So, he should have developed a piece. So, Veer Vikram brings out the bishop. Opponent plays d6. And Veer Vikram plays d3. You can even play d4.
He made a very loose way for the bishop.
But if it comes in, it's fine. It's a long diagonal, longest diagonal on the board. But this was not required at all.
Then he would have to move the knight if the bishop.
No, it doesn't need to. Na. If the bishop sits there, it's active. Knight can move any time. Na. So that we don't need to move the knight to activate the bishop. Anyway, so after...
Hello.
Don't sit in his lap, mister. I know you're friends, but don't be like... Okay. You can't find any empty spaces. We had move a little forward na, so that he could sit back. Little more forward. Little more forward, Vihan. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, silence please. Okay. So, after pawn d3, opponent plays another unnecessary pawn move. It's like an automatic response whenever we play pawn d3. People do that to stop the bishop. But it's not required.
You can directly play
knight f6 and then you can play h6. But okay. Sorry, Ashvik?
Sir, sometimes
One second, Ashvik.
So you said bishop should not go to G. That's what they prevent. That's why they play h6. But
No, but more important is pieces coming out now. Already black has wasted a move here with a5 and
you
b6.
said that the bishop should go to G. Why not the knight?
Because knight can also go. Yeah, either piece can go. So anyway, castles was done. What is Vihan saying?
So I was saying sometimes I also play h6.
Yeah, most people play h6, but not after playing a5 and b6.
Yeah.
Pieces have to come out, na? Anyway, so h6, castles, knight f6. So white is in a good position. Bishop comes out to e3. The move that you should have played is d4. That would have given you more open position. That would open up the center. That's what you want when you have more pieces active. Anyway, so bishop e3, knight b4. How should we react to that? Shaurya, how do you react when somebody brings a knight here?
So we move the pawn to a3.
And is that what you will do in this position? Try to. Vihan, I am asking what. You need to calm down first of all. You had Horlicks just now and came. Calm down. Calmness. If you do like this in a tournament, you will play blunders every time. First, you have to calm yourself.
Knight to d4.
Into the mouth of the pawn. Knight here. Because a3 is not as good as knight d5, is it? Knight d5 is good. Okay, not good.
Knight a3 is good.
Then why did you play knight d5? You should have a control of what you're saying, no? What you're thinking. Sure.
Yes.
Okay, Rudransh, what do you say?
Sir, a3.
How many of you want to play a3 here? Okay, so those who did not raise hand, Atar, Viranak, Vihan, and Praneeth. Let's start with. Okay, so let's ask. We have 3 people who didn't raise hand. No? Let's start with. You also want to play a3?
So I don't want to play a3.
You don't remember your last game? Okay,
So I don't
Atar,
want to play a3, sir.
what will you. Wait, okay, then why do you raise hand?
So I said that I just.
Okay, Atar, what's your move?
D4.
Pawn to d4. Okay, Ranak
Sir, knight takes 4.
and Rudransh. Sorry, Vihan.
Knight takes 4.
Yeah, so only 2 people realize this. Maybe Ashvik also, I don't know. Did you realize there's a free pawn? No. What is the problem in saying no? You're like, should I say no? Or can I say yes? You just say no, if you didn't. Why is thinking? When did you say no? Did anybody hear no?
No, I didn't.
You did this after a gap. That gap is what should not be there. Just say yes or no, whatever it is. So this is a free pawn. Don't be stuck with like automatic decisions. Yes, if they played night before, usually we play a3. But here we have to keep a fresh mind. Look at it properly, then you'll see the free pawn. If you play a3, knight will go back, then you don't have the chance. So you should not make decisions just automatically. Every position is different. So well done, Ranak and Vihan, for not missing that free pawn. And Veervikram also played it in the game. And now you didn't. Okay, now opponent played d5 because f7 is hanging. So d5 was played. Is it a free pawn, Vihan? Huh?
Let me see.
Okay.
So it's a free pawn.
It's a free pawn for white, says Vihan. Aripra, do you agree with Vihan? Is it a free pawn that white can take? You should be thinking when he's thinking now. You should be ready with your answer. Let me pass it to Ranak. If your answer is ready, then tell me. Otherwise, you should be thinking before itself. Praneeth.
No.
It's not a free pawn, says Praneeth. Vihan is wrong. Praneeth is right. Because there are 3 defenders. How is it a free pawn? You have 3 attackers. You take, I take. You take, I take. You missed this knight, is it? 1, 2, 3 defenders.
So 3 also for us.
Huh?
3 also for us.
So how is it a free pawn if it's 3-3? I'm not saying you have 2, you have 3. You have 1, 2, 3. So how is it a free pawn? You need to have more, no?
So like if pawn takes.
Oh, sorry, 1, 2. You don't have 3. You have 3, pawn also. 1, 2, 3. 3 attackers.
So-
And 3 defenders.
So pawn takes.
Now knight takes.
Knight takes.
Then
The
I
knight
take
takes. And knight takes.
Then I take with the bishop.
Oh.
Queen takes.
Queen takes.
If there is same number of attackers different, it's not free. You need to have more.
But
to
still,
take
the
it.
position will be good for us, isn't it?
Yeah, because the e file will be open.
Yeah.
So because your king is safe, opponent's king is still in the center and opponent is not developed, you want the position to be open. That's why earlier I wanted you to play d4. Now opponent himself opened up the position, so that's good for you. So here Veervikram took, opponent took with the knight, Veervikram took, opponent took with the knight. Instead of bishop takes, maybe knight takes would have been a better choice. The bishop was on a good diagonal. That's all, but otherwise it's a good position for white. And now Veervikram, can you find the next move for white? What should Veervikram do? Should he take? What do you say, guys? Anybody? Yes, Rudranj?
We should not take.
So
That
what
means
will you
we
play?
should take.
You should take, says Rudranj. Anybody else who agrees with him or anybody decided? Decided, Shaurya? So then tell me now.
Knight to c6.
Knight to c6, attacking the queen. Okay, anyone else?
No, wait.
Athar?
Yeah, queen to f3.
Queen to f3. Okay, we have
Same thing.
same. Okay, so
Queen f6 is a blunder.
why is it a blunder?
Sir, you are aiming for the rook, right?
I'm aiming for the knight. I'm attacking this also.
I mean, no, sir. Let's say
I play queen f3. Yeah,
You take the
knight.
You take the knight. So check.
Queen takes rook.
No, checkmate. Checkmate.
Oh yeah, checkmate here. That's me. How is it a blunder? You're developing a queen with 2 threats. That can't be bad. So well done for those who found this active move. This is a very active move. Taking here is not good. Those who said take, if you're taking, you're helping your opponent. No? So how does it help you?
Yes, it makes that
You're making your opponent's queen come out. It's not that early for the queen, and you don't have anything to attack him. So taking here only helps your opponent. Keep the tension. Don't exchange and make it
There's
easier.
one way to block it.
Block what after queen
Bishop to
f3?
e6.
Huh. It's not like this. It's going to be winning. Bishop e6 is correct. Good defense. But after that, we continue. You play rook e1. You have a good position. Game continues. But black has to find this move. Otherwise, he's in trouble. That's the only move he has got. Right? So anyway, so queen f3 was not played. Veervikram played something good, but not as good as queen f3. He played queen e2. Also good.
One more.
before attacking. It's still good. It's still activating the piece, no? Now opponent played bishop to
So
d6
why is he sitting on his
because he is hurt on his leg. Bishop to d6,
Still
attacking
you
the
can play
attacking the knight.
it.
We have a choice of taking here, then they will take here, then we can come back. That's one option. Or we can move our knight.
Yeah, I was going.
That would be even, you can even move the knight here. That is much better. Because if you move the knight here, attacking the queen moves, bishop moves with check. You got a discovered check. So the problem is your queen is blocked by two
Also, you
pieces.
can even after no.
So we should be looking at knight c6. Yes, Ranak?
Sir,
Hmm.
so we will. Oh, wait.
If you play knight c6, queen moves. If you take the knight, they will also take. So that's not going to be
No, I was thinking to take on f7.
okay.
Sir, can we go put the knight to c6?
Knight c6, queen moves. Let's say
Sir,
to
c4,
c4.
attacking the bishop.
But bishop is defended, no?
Yeah.
So
So it
can I
doesn't
take-
do anything.
So after knight to c6,
Yeah.
then
Queen will go to let's say d7.
oh right. Also, I was about to say the queen can go to e7, but
But
knight
then
is
knight.
carried.
Okay, behind.
Sir, bishop to g5.
Right now bishop g5. Queen takes.
Queen takes knight to f3.
Queen goes back.
Sir,
Don't give away your
Sir?
pieces. You got to calculate well for your opponent.
What if
Yeah, once.
Sir, then I take the knight.
No, but you're giving up your bishop already, and then you're
why
giving
would
up
the
your
h6 not be
knight. I
used?
mean, not
Sir.
giving up. Yeah, sorry.
If bishop goes to g5, why
If
would
pawn
h6
takes, then knight c6 wins the queen. The idea is to do the discord attack with as much attack as possible. So knight here is what we want without the bishop being here. This knight c6 move wins if bishop is not there. So that's why he's getting rid of the bishop. So if you're doing that, you can play bishop into h6, no? Why go to g5?
What if queen to h5?
What does it do? I'll just castle. Then nothing is there, no? After that.
Sir, then I'll take your free knight.
Okay. Okay, so let's say you play queen h5. I'll go bishop takes knight. And then you take back and I go back with the knight.
sir,
Okay, Ranak.
if we take on f7,
Knight f7 is also a very good move to consider. King takes and
king
then
takes, then f3, queen to f3.
queen to f3, I come with my queen. Or knight will go
No,
back.
sir, if knight to
So
take.
don't give away pieces. Knight takes, king takes.
No, okay. Sir.
So don't give away pieces just like that. You have to control your excitement.
So actually, knight to f6 is a blunder because rook is gone.
Oh, you mean after knight takes pawn, king takes, queen f3.
Yeah.
Okay.
what if I develop the
Then you
Queen,
get
then you will take here.
Yeah.
Then take bishop will block. So it will go on. So knight f7 is
Sir,
playable.
if you bring your bishop, then I'll take.
Rook is defending it. The bishop has moved, the queen has moved, the king has moved. Okay, now let's continue. That's enough.
What if you take the
Let's continue the game. So basically, white can even think about this move. This move is also good because after queen f3 check, you will get back the piece. So knight into f7 is also a good move. Knight c6 is also good. Bishop into h6, even better because then you're threatening a big thing. Knight c6. So in the game, Veer Vikram took the knight. Opponent took this knight. Now his knight is hanging and this. So he came back with the knight. Opponent played h5. Terrible move. That's a move that kind of move loses the game. Like when you're already unsafe, your king is not safe, and he just wants to play bishop g4. That's it. Just to put the bishop there, he's wasting a move with the pawn. So which is a bad idea. Now who can find out the next move for Veer Vikram, which he played? What's the best option? Yes, Shaurya?
Queen to f3.
Queen to f3 just attacks a rook. Just attacking a rook, telling
Bishop to d4.
how many moves you will play. Decide one thing properly. No. You said queen f3, which is just one threat, which is not good. Try to think properly. Telling your opponent, announcing to your opponent, I'm going to take your rook, is not good play. Try to be more, strong when you make threats. Let me ask Ashvik
bishop to f4.
and Rayansh Manna.
Sir, h3.
h3. Why are you afraid of bishop coming here? Try to look for good things in your position. Now, why are you reacting to the opponent's moves even before it happens? Then you are also wasting your move. So you have a great position now. So try to look for good things in the position and try to play threats, at least threats. So the best move is what Ashvik told and some of you would have thought.
Yeah.
Bishop f4. You have to use your pieces well. When there's a good position, you know there is a good position here. Your king is safe, his is not. So this is how you take advantage. Now opponent played f6, the only move to defend. Now comes the question, how do you react?
So bishop takes.
Bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. Everyone agrees? Okay, Veer Vikram, what do you say?
Pawn to d4.
Pawn d4, queen takes.
You adding one more time.
Yeah, the best move here is actually pawn d4, but don't blunder it like without seeing. Pawn d4, queen takes, you bring your rook into the game. But that's a little bit of a risk, you're giving up a pawn. But your pieces become super active after that. But the simplest thing to do here is bishop takes, which is what Veer Vikram does. He's up by one pawn, and opponent's king is in the middle. So here,
Let's check.
yeah, takes, and the king moved. He didn't even block with the queen, he moved the king.
Yeah, because anyway we were taking it.
Yeah, now Veer Vikram brings his rook. Position is great, pawn up. So good position for Veer Vikram. King moves again.
Oh, somewhat.
Veer Vikram, yeah, somewhat safe, but rook is not played. Rook should be able to come to h6, then it's fine.
So it's
Queen
good.
e4.
It's good if we doubles the rook.
But you can make threats even without queens attacking the rook, like Shaurya did earlier. And the queen is active.
I have made two batteries.
Rook moves. Yeah, now queen check was played. Good move. The king needs to move, it moves back here. So how do you make this position better? Great position. How to make it better? Let's ask Rayansh. How will you continue this, Rayansh? Let's see who can find the best move here. It's very difficult to find the best move. So decide, think, don't be in a hurry. Vihana's already decided.
No, I was doing.
Yeah, right.
I was thinking.
Time to decide, Rayansh.
So
10-minute game. You can't.
knight e4.
Knight e4 is what Veer Vikram also decided, making the knight active, adding one more piece into the mix. The best move here,
Knight d5.
knight d5 is a little better than e4, you can say.
d5.
Knight b5, that's going to the wrong side. Rook will just go back.
Rook e5.
Exactly, rook e5. So those who thought rook e5, well done. That's how you make. So you are activating the rook, which is more powerful than knight, because knight can't jump anywhere. There's nothing to do. And you're attacking the pawn. That's a big threat. It's a mate, almost a mate threat. So this, and now this rook can come in, and the knight can jump in. So this will be overwhelming for the black player. So that is the correct move. So you will get that only if you take your time to think.
Sir,
So
I
we
thought
will
rook e5, then the rook comes in, then you play that.
play what?
Play rook to e8.
If the king moves. Okay, all right. So now opponent play rook e8. Now the knight doesn't know what to do. There's nowhere to go. What will you play here for white? What's the best move for white? In the game, Veer Vikram just came back with the knight, and the opponent played c5. Anybody? Yes, Praneeth.
Sir, I give a check with the knight.
Where?
Knight to g5.
You take. Oh.
Take, I take.
Rook will take, okay. So after knight g5 check, I'll just go. I can't go to h8 because knight f7 check, okay. So knight g5, what if I come to h6?
Come to h6.
Yeah.
I tend to.
Then you have knight f7. Okay. So knight g5, what if I come to g6?
Come to g6.
Then
Maybe let Praneeth. Knight g5, queen f7, king takes knight.
I take the rook.
You take the rook, okay. That's good. So those who thought knight g5, yes, Shaurya, what is it?
So knight f6.
I take with the pawn,
I take your rook.
queen takes.
Then I move my queen to f7.
Queen will take your queen. Calculate properly, Shaurya. You were close to the idea, but you didn't do it properly. Knight f6 is as good as knight g5. Same idea, knight f6. If queen takes, you take the rook. And if knight f6, pawn takes, what's the correct move? Queen f7, king will move, and you take the rook. So, Veer Vikram has the killer moves here. So, you have to realize the position is very good. But Veer Vikram didn't realize it. He came back with the knight. And now opponent played c5. Veer Vikram exchanged. Exchanging was not required, but okay. Takes. But he has an idea. He wants to go to the endgame. He's saying I'm up by a pawn, up by 2 pawns. So let's go to the endgame. So they go to the endgame. Takes. Rook comes to e7. Sensible move to open the window before anything happens on the back rank.
Sir, I thought you would
Rook
play
comes
rook
to
to
e5.
e1.
Rook e1 is also fine, but you're going into a pin. Rook e5. Veer Vikram activates the king.
Sir,
Yes.
when the rook was on the
E7.
E7, what happens if then, let's say you played
Rook
to
e1.
E1 and
Then you're threatening knight f6.
but threatening knight G5.
Knight g5 also, same, right? Yeah, so rook e1 is a good move. But yeah, he decided to activate the king. Then you can't do that. Then you are not going to do the discovery.
Then you're cooked.
Then you have, you don't have to play knight anywhere, na? You still have to play the move. You don't have to play it. Anyways, the king h6. King comes to g3. g5. h4. It's a risky game. Veer Vikram is playing, activating the king a little bit early. I would prefer the rook to come in.
Yes, sir.
Then you're in a pin, yeah. But at least rook is active and there's no way to attack the knight anymore. If you play f3, the knight is defended permanently. So it's better to involve everybody and then bring the king. But okay, h4 is fine. Opponent takes. King takes back. The king is far away, but it's just two pieces on the board, so it's okay. b5, c3, bishop to f5. What do we play here? Rudraj? One Rudraj. Time to decide. This is just a small decision, no need to take this much time. Shaurya.
To even.
Rook e1 is one option. Any other option?
F3.
Yeah, f3 is even better because you are cementing the knight. Rook e1 is also when your rook is active. Yes, you are in a pin, but you're also like threatening to move it with a check if there's a check.
Knight d6.
Knight to d6. Then you're allowing the rook. Oh, you're attacking the bishop.
Isn't rook to e1 bad? Let's say I play rook e1.
What's the problem?
He takes the
Knight.
He takes the knight.
Then you take with the rook.
He takes the bishop.
What bishop?
With the bishop on f5.
You're saying bishop takes knight first move, na?
No, I'm taking rook takes knight first.
Then you take your rook with the pawn.
Oh.
Or with the rook. How does it matter? I can even take with the rook. That is not. He's up down by 2 points. He can't use it. So anyway, f3 was played in the game. We become cements the knight. Rook attacks the pawn. Rook comes to d1, defending the pawn. c4. Do we take Pranit Kulkarni? Do we say pawn takes? Why not Pranit?
No.
Why not?
Then takes
Huh?
d3 pawn takes the c4 pawn. Then
Uh-huh.
rook will take rook.
Yeah. So if you play regularly, you will be able to tell the answer in 2 seconds because you will be in touch. So this is a pin, so you can't take, which means what do we do here, Aritra? What should white do here? You have to think, no, along the way.
So pawn b3.
Pawn b3. You're giving up a pawn for no reason. I'll just take the pawn with the pawn. So when you're up, one second, let me ask Atar.
Sir, I like g4.
You like g4, okay.
So,
I take,
takes, then take with the pawn.
then bishop takes knight and you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
That's a blunder.
If bishop
Okay.
takes pawn, then you had knight to f6.
Huh.
Knight f2
Knight F6?
Bishop takes pawn, you can even take with the king, no?
No,
Why do you
sir,
want
but
knight?
see,
Knight
takes,
f6 means a rook, you're saying.
Yeah, so then
Yeah,
it's attacking.
but yeah, let me go to Praneeth
Knight
Segar.
What is the move for knight f2?
Knight f2. That also defends, yeah. But knight f2, I'll just take with the pawn. It's losing a pawn. There's 3 attackers. One more defender is not going to be enough. Let me go to Ashvik.
So pawn to d4.
And how many of you want to play pawn d4 out of you 3?
So,
And Vihan, what's your move?
knight to F6.
You're losing a pawn, no? Rook takes pawn.
Rook takes pawn, I take
Rook
pawn.
takes, bishop takes. You're up by 2 pawns right now. You're
Then
losing one.
I take the pawn.
But there's a pawn sitting here about to promote, no? One second. Okay. There's a pawn about to promote on d1, so you're taking a risk by going that way. Anyway, I'll have to stick this later. So anyway, so the correct move here is the symbol d4. Why are we breaking our head for this? See, he played c4, attacking your pawn. You push it. Why do you need to do other things? Your knight is active, no need to move it. You push the pawn, you gain some space, you have a pass pawn. And it's winning. 2 pawns up, but with a good position. You just need to activate the rook, but rook will become active later. So this is how Veer Vikram won. Opponent lost on time here. So overall, it was a good game by Veer Vikram. You got an advantage out of the opening and you took it. There were some better moves, but those were hard moves. So good game there by Veer Vikram.